Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another video from T.W White Sons Mazda. Here we have today a Mazda Cx5 2 litre petrol. This is the Kuro Edition. This is presented in Soul Red Crystal with the dark like suede leather interior, which I'll show you in more details. And this is an automatic version. Now this car was registered on the 31st of July this year. Okay, so July, August, September, October. It's like 3 months old. Okay, the car's done 2,119 miles, or it'll be 2,120 miles by the time I get it back to the showroom, and is as new. Now, this isn't a demonstrator car. This isn't a company car. I like to be completely transparent in our presentations of these vehicles and the backgrounds of these cars. Well, I say we sold it new, end of July, to some long-standing customers of ours. They've had many cars from us, and they bought this, but they wanted a few other features that this car doesn't have. Okay, this has plenty of features which I'll run you through, but there was things like the heads-up display, which I think they were used to. So these days it's very easy to change your cars, which is why you probably see so many new cars on the road. And when you purchase through PCP, etc., it makes it a lot easier to change your car. So I know it's an extravagant change for you know, just sort of the level spec of the car, but they bought another Cx5. They went away today. They did get a different colour though, and a slightly different spec. So let me run you through what this car has. Now, this is based on the SEL model with quite a few goodies. So you've got the black wheels. Okay, now we've had a lot of people buying the sport models, and these are the same design wheels, and asking us to paint them black. So I think black's in vogue at the moment. You've got the black mirror caps. All right, so that's the outside of the car, exterior of the car, okay, which are different from the standard SEL vehicle, which is very well spec'd. Anyway, so you've got the wheels, the mirror caps. Now, the SEL had what I call the keep you fit boot. We actually have to use your muscles and burn calories opening and shutting the boot. This has the auto tail lift boot that operates on your key fob or by pressing the buttons. Okay, I do actually like that feature. I look really flash when I come out of the supermarket and press the button to then put my shopping in the car. But on a more practical side, when I've got my 2.5-year-old in one hand, shopping in the other, it is really handy. The boot is lovely, and my valet will be very happy because there's really nothing to clean on this car. Now you've got these really clever rear seats. So you've got these levers. You've got one, two here, and one here. Now what they do, the seats will fold down. Yep, and the other one will do the same. Okay, and then you'll get a really large loading area. And they do go almost, well, I would say almost 180 degrees. The centre armrest, if you're going to use a kind of 4-seater mode, has the all-important USB chargers. Now, I don't say that with sarcasm. They are really handy. Everything's USB these days, so they charge, but they don't read data. And you've got two more in the front, which I'll show you in a minute, which also charge, but they do read data. Oh, well, that looks like a bit of the original packaging. Now, the car is child-friendly. You've got ISOFIX anchorages, all the two outer seats in the rear of the car. And look at the angle of that rear door. That almost opens at a right angle, which is easy access, even for a very broad chappy like myself. But also, you know, if I was standing here trying to get my son in and out of his child seat, which is a nuisance on some cars, that would make it really easy. And also, if I was to take my elderly parents out, they would find that dead easy to get in and out. Right, so in the back here, an enormous boot as well, and I forgot to say, very child friendly. You could get multiple pushchairs in there, and all the things that go along with it. So that's us done with the boot and the rear of the car. Let's go to the passenger side. Okay, now the sport model had a Bose stereo, has a Bose stereo. Okay, this has a regular stereo. Now, I'll be honest with you, my days of driving around with the music turned up high are well and truly over a long time ago. But on the occasion, I will turn up the volume on a car, and Bose or non-Bose, all the Mazda stereos are excellent. And just please come and try for yourself. You've got height adjustable passenger seat, which is manual. But on the driver's side, it is electric. So you've got this, the outside of this is leather, okay? Then you've got this suede part on the inside. Now, you don't get that on the Sport, you don't get that on the SCL. It is exclusive to the Kuro Edition, and I think this is my preferred interior. I really do. I think the combination, and this is soft leather. I believe this is Napa leather, so it's not got that hard sort of feel to it. So let's go round to the driver's side, and we shall have a look at what the car has to offer. Right, so electric windows, mirrors here. You've got auto folding wing mirrors, but you can do them manually as well. So when you lock the car, the wing mirrors will fold in. You've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-way electric seat with lumbar. All right, so very, very handy. On this panel here, there's another button, so you can open the boot by pressing the boot button, by pressing this button, or pressing the button on the key fob. So there's 3 ways. Okay, you spot for choice. You've got parking sensors, which default as being on the front and the rear. You've got traction control. Traction control, a stability control program, which helps you stay on the road as safely as possible. Okay, helps reduce your wheel spinning, skidding, helps you brake in a straight line. A wonderful thing, something that I believe is standard on all cars that are sold these days. You've got an intelligent engine stop-start system, which will turn the engine off when you're in traffic to ultimately be kinder to the environment, but it will save you money. Okay, so that will switch the engine on and off, and it's a seamless thing. You won't even notice it's doing it. And you've got lane departure warning system. So if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, the car will think, oh, you need to pay attention, and it will warn you by a bleep or a rumble, whichever you set it to. Okay, so that's that panel there. Now, with these Kuro editions, they are based on the latest 2021 Cx5, which have the bigger screens. Now, I think these came out beginning of the year, yeah. And you also got the more modern key, okay. But this larger sat-nav screen, I think, is a real improvement over the older car. Not that the older car is bad at all, but it just brings it right up to date. So I'm going to start it up. So when you've got your keys on your person, you put your foot on the brake, press the button, and the car will fire into life. So there we go, 2119 miles. Okay, here on the steering wheel, actually let's start with the stalk. You've got automatic wipers. Okay, so the denser the rain, the more wipes you get. Automatic lights. Okay, radar cruise control, so that's adaptive cruise control, which is much better suited to the UK roads. You set your 70 miles an hour, for example, and you're cruising along, and you know, you're saving fuel by being set at that constant speed, and it keeps you well within the speed limit. If a car in front slows down, the car's radar, so the Mazda badge, actually doubles up as a radar. There's a radar fitted in. It will detect that and slow your car down accordingly. So you won't always have to keep adjusting your cruise control settings. And once that car speeds up again, your car will resume that set speed. You've got the controls here for that. All right, and you can also set a speed limiter. So whatever you do, you put your foot to the floor, the car won't exceed a certain limit, whichever you set it to. Here you've got information. So, oh, look at this, I'll show you actually. The car, got a range of 8 miles, so it's lucky it's only a mile back. Over 2,112 miles, so they've not reset the trip computer. They've achieved 36 mpg, which is very respectable. Okay, because I'd imagine that's quite short journeys from memory, because we are in and around London, and I believe that's the sort of journeys they do. So that's really respectable. But on a long run, you'll get well into your 40. So really, really decent. Steering column, up, down, in and out. Okay. You've got climate control air conditioning. You've got 3-stage heated seats. This is dual zone, ice cold. You've got a 12-volt socket down here. All right, so that would power your your pump to pump up your tyres. I don't really know anything else that runs off a 12-volt socket these days, or what we used to call a cigarette lighter. You've got a 6-speed automatic gearbox, which you can drive manually. Okay, now this is, people ask me, is it a proper automatic gearbox? Well, yes, it's a proper automatic gearbox in the sense of it's seamless. It has a torque converter, so it's not jerky. It holds on hills, because a lot of these more modern boxes can be a little bit jerky, and people who are used to the traditional automatic boxes that seamless and smooth don't really like. So excellent box, super reliability. And there is a sport mode should you want to, I don't know, take off and drive a little bit quicker. This is your Multimedia Commander that will operate this screen. Now, these screens used to be on the older cars touchscreen, but they've done away with that. So this is what you use to control it. So you've got these quick keys here, and let me run you through. So at the home screen, you've got information. Okay, so this has got fuel efficiency monitors and bits and pieces like that. Yeah. There you go, look, 37 mpg as an average. Okay, so you've got that there. Oh, let me come out a little bit. Entertainment, so you've got wonderful things. You've got your Bluetooth, so when your pair's phoned up, you can stream your music. You've got FM, AM, DAB, USBs for audio and video. I've never watched a video. I didn't know that you could do that, but it does say for audio and video. And they live in the center armrest. And see the one with the little USB sign? That's the one you plug in for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so your smartphone apps. Then you can mirror your apps onto, not all your apps, of course. There are only certain apps that will work, and you can control them through this system. Okay, you got a really good navigation system. Should you choose to use this one, I say you can use your phones as well. That will mirror on the screen, but you put your postcode in and off you go. There are good options there as well. You can search for fuel stations, etc., etc. And when you set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone to this system here, you'll get live traffic updates, etc., etc. And there's a comprehensive settings page here. In-vehicle display, sound settings, safety settings, vehicle settings, connectivity settings, and system settings. So let's go to safety, because safety is very important. Since I've had my son, and I've mentioned him a couple of times, I don't know, I've become a little bit more safety conscious, you know. Safety alerts, distance recognition support, okay? So when you're following the car, you've got lane departure warning, which we discussed earlier. It'll vibrate on the steering wheel. You've got blind spot monitoring. Now, I forgot to mention that. So in each wing mirror, on the outer side of the wing mirror, look, you can almost see it on this one, a little shadow there, that will light up, right, if a car is overtaking you or undertaking you. All right, just to say, look, someone's coming round the outside. All right, so I think that's a very, very good feature. You've got lane keep assist. That's amazing. You'll be driving along and you'll feel, if the steering wheel's like feeding through your hand, and you're coming out of a lane on a motorway or on a dual carriageway, the car will correct you. It's great. I think it's one of those steps to this driverless car, but don't ever do this, of course. But if you let go of the steering wheel, it will correct you twice, and then it will tell you to hold the steering wheel. So fantastic safety system. Okay, and you can adjust the sensitivity, you know, because obviously we don't want you to feel that the system is intrusive, so you can actually turn that off. Collision avoidance, So it's got smart braking system, smart Smitty braking system. So if you were to get close to an object in front, the car will actually put its brakes on. You could have alert timing, normal, late or early. I'd probably have it on normal because it might be a bit premature. Now these are things that are all considered and recognised by your insurance companies. Obviously the insurance groupings are worked out considering all these safety features. Therefore it should reflect in your premium. So that's perhaps an argument to have with your insurance company when you go to insure a car. Look, it's safe, blah blah blah. And then you've got parking sensors front and rear. Okay, and they are superb. This car doesn't have a camera. I prefer it without a camera. Now I'll show you how this works. So didn't turn them off, no. There you go, look, and it says, look, there's an object coming directly from behind. Now if it was coming from the side, that there would be red, and obviously it'll do it at the front as well. So I think that's better than a camera. I would rather use the bleeps, and when I was getting closer and they started bleeping, you know, I'd like to see where from. So really nice and safe, this car. Beautiful condition, as new, and it's only had sort of the one driver, apart from me of course, but I've only driven it a mile. Very well equipped, limited edition, lovely seats. So yeah, lovely car, and you can have it straight away. Don't know if you're aware, if you're looking at Cx5, you just can't get them. You cannot get Cx5s till next year. So if you want something now, this is ideal, and the petrol automatics are always a favourite. Now, part exchange is extremely welcome. Okay, I know there's lots of things you hear on the radio and TV saying, you know, sell your car and get a better deal. You'll get the best deal with a part exchange, you really will. We've got fantastic finance facilities, and this qualifies for low rate finance, this car. I've mentioned the part exchange, and well, it's worth mentioning that we have the facility to extend the warranty, but this car has like a 2-year, 9-month manufacturer's warranty that also has roadside assistance. Okay, so I may even put this car in the showroom because I believe we have a space, okay, because it is as new. Please inquire any time of day. We do appreciate that a lot of people, certainly myself, would be looking at cars outside normal working hours. And, you know, if there's anything we can do, send you extra videos or photographs, please let us know. We do offer a delivery service for a 100-mile radius, okay, but if you're further than that, please give us a call. We can come to some arrangement, all right? So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been informative, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.